In this module, you will learn about equality in Indian democracy. Article 15 of the Indian Constitution guarantees equality to all the citizens of India. It also states that no individual can be discriminated on the basis of their religion, race, caste, place of birth, or gender. Further, it abolishes untouchability and assures every individual equal access to all public places. The Constitution also grants all adults the right to vote, irrespective of their caste, education, wealth, and religion, also known as Universal Adult Franchise. There are many laws that help protect people from being treated unequally. There are also several government-initiated programs and schemes to improve the lives of people who have been ill-treated for several centuries. One such program is the Midday Meal Scheme, where lunch is provided to students of government elementary schools. Equality can be achieved only when we change our attitude and treat every individual with respect and dignity. However, in our everyday life, we come across many incidents that make us wonder if equality actually exists in our country. For example, government hospitals in India are mostly visited by the poor, and even when critically ill, they have no choice but to stand in long queues. Due to their poor economic background, these people cannot afford the high fees charged by private hospitals, and so they experience inequality. Apart from economic background, people are sometimes treated unequally on the basis of their religion, gender, and caste. For instance, people belonging to minority communities often face problems in getting a house in the locality of their choice. Women too are paid less than their male counterparts for the same job. For example, female players in national and international tennis or cricket matches are paid much less than their male counterparts. A famous Dalit writer, Om Prakash Valmiki, wrote about caste-based discriminations faced by him in his autobiography, Jutan. Valmiki was made to sit on the floor of the classroom and was beaten up many times without any reason. He was also made to sweep the school playground because of his caste. This discrimination on the basis of religion, gender, and caste hurts the dignity and self-respect of an individual. Surprisingly, India is not the only country that has struggled for equality. In the United States, the Afro-Americans were treated unequally for many years. When traveling in public buses, they either had to sit at the back or give their seat to a white person. In 1955, Rosa Parks, an Afro-American, refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white man. Her defiant act resulted in agitations and led to the Civil Rights Movement. Later, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was implemented, which prohibited discrimination on the basis of religion, race, or national origin. Although our government is trying to bring in equality amongst people, there are still several communities that are struggling to maintain their dignity and equality in society. We have now reached the end of this module on equality in India. In this module, we learnt that the Indian Constitution guarantees equality to all Indian citizens and does not allow the state to discriminate against any citizen on grounds of race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. The Indian Constitution abolishes untouchability and assures every individual equal access to all public places. In spite of the Indian Constitution guaranteeing equality to all Indians, economic background, religion, gender, and caste still play an important role in the society.
Equality in Indian democracy on equality. On equality. While we discussing this unit, First, you want to learn the concept of democracy. Democracy means a form of government in which people elect their representative. In other words, democracy is a form of government in which people freely participate in the governance of the country. In the words of former American President Abraham Lincoln, it is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Equal right to vote. Equal right to vote means universal adult franchise. All the adult citizens have the right to vote irrespective of caste, creed, religion, race, etc. This is known as universal adult franchise. In a democratic country like India, all the citizens who are above the age of 18 years have the right to vote. This right is given to all irrespective of their religion, race, caste, and education, etc. In each and every nation, they decided a minimum age of voting also. In India, the minimum age of voting is 18. And Britain also, minimum age of voting is 18. Afghanistan also. But on the same time, Scotland, minimum age of voting is 16. Brazil, Argentina, and Cuba also. Other kinds of equality. And other kinds of equality, economic equality is there, social equality, political equality, even the gender equality is there. Nowadays, while we discussing the economic equality, economic disparity is increasing everywhere. The rich and poor, that gap is there, that is widening. There are many people in India who have the equal right to vote, but their working and living conditions indicate gross inequality prevailing in the society. The caste system is one of the common form of inequality in India. The caste system in India continues to the minds of the educated urban population, especially in matters concerning the marriage also. And our lesson also, the case of Kanda and Om Prakash Valmiki case also saying the different type of inequalities. Recognizing the dignity of an individual. The dignity means this refers to thinking of oneself and other person as worthy of respect. When the individual are not treated equally, their dignity is violated. Nobody deserves to be treated unequally. Everyone deserves the same respect and dignity. The dignity of both Om Prakash Valmiki and the Ansari was violated because of the way in which they were treated. There are other forms of inequality too in which the lower caste are discriminated. The people are also treated unequally on the basis of religion we practice, the classes, the background we come from, and whether we are male or female, etc. Dalit. Dalit is a self designation for a group of people traditionally known as untouchable. Dalit is a term that the lower caste used to address themselves. Mahatma Gandhi coined the word Harijan for describing the Dalit. The Indian Constitution is the world's largest written constitution. At its enactment, it had 395 articles, 22 parts, and 8 schedules. Now it became 448 articles, 25 parts, and 12 schedules. The right to equality is one of the 6 fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution. It includes the equality before law, prohibition of discrimination on the ground of race, religion, and caste or birthplace. The Constitution of India says that the government shall not deny to any person in India equality before the law or equal protection of the law. It means that the laws apply in the same manner to all regardless of a person's status. This is called rule of law. It means that no person is above the law. There can't be any distinction between a political leader, government officials, and a ordinary citizen. Right to equality that describing Article 14 to Article 18 of Indian Constitution. Article 14 of Indian Constitution says that the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. At the same time, the Article 15 says the prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, etc. And Article 16 says equality of opportunities in matters of public employment, especially in the case of UPSC. Article 17 of Indian Constitution says abolition of untouchability. That means the lower caste people of India are still facing that discrimination because of the Chaturvarnya system created by during the Vedic period. On the basis, still the lower caste people of India facing discrimination in various ways. Article 18 of Indian Constitution says the abolition of titles. Before India got the independence, India is divided into different type of native countries. The native rulers have some special privilege and special titles. The Article 18 abolished their special privileges. Equal right to vote. Equal right to vote means universal adult franchise. All the adult citizens have the right to vote irrespective of caste, creed, religion, race, etc. This is known as universal adult franchise. In a democratic country like India, all the citizens who are above the age of 18 years have the right to vote. This right is given to all irrespective of their religion, race, caste, and education. Many forms of untouchability. Untouchability and caste discrimination still being practiced in many places. Here are some examples. The tea stall kept two kind of cups, one for Dalit and one for the barbers refused to serve the Dalit clients. The Dalit students were made to sit separately in the classroom. Dalit grooms were not allowed to ride a horse in the wedding procession. Keeping this provision of the Constitution in view, the government has taken the undermentioned steps for eradicating this. The first one, reservation of government jobs in the following ratio of 15% for the scheduled caste people and 7.5% for the scheduled tribes and 27% for other backward class OBC. Second point, reservation of Lok Sabha constituencies for these classes, especially for SCs and STs. In state assemblies also, reserved seat for SCs and STs, reservation of seats in education institution, even the higher education institution, especially in IIT and IIM also. Provision of grants and scholarship to the economically weaker section of Indian society. The fifth one, launching vocational training in tribal areas. The government is also making concerned effort to protect the weaker section. Equality in other democracies. India is one of the largest democratic countries in the world, where there is inequality and where the struggle for equality continues to exist. The truth is that many democratic countries around the world, the issue of equality continues to be key issue around which communities struggle. For example, in the United States of America, the African American who the ancestors were the slaves who were brought over from Africa continue to describe their lives today largely unequal. This despites the fact that there was a movement in the late 1950s to push for the equal right for African Americans. The leader of the African American people was Rosa Parks. At last, in 1964, as a result of that civil rights movement, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 passed in American Parliament. In that act prohibited the discrimination on the basis of race, religion, or national origin. At the same time, in Africa, the apartheid system was exist. The apartheid was the name of a system of racial discrimination unique to South Africa. Apartheid system was particularly oppressive for the black people. They were forbidden from living in area where the white people lived. Trains, buses, hotels, hospitals, schools, colleges, libraries, beaches, pools, theaters, etc. where all are separated for the white and black people. As a protest and struggle against the apartheid had increased, the government put end to the oppression finally at the midnight of 26 April 1994. The new national flag of Republic of South Africa was unfurled and Nelson Mandela became the national hero of South Africa.